Hi everyone, this is Laura and welcome to my channel. I have some 4x4 note cards here to share with you guys. Before I get to my card share though, I just want to thank Betty who's Scrappassion01 here on YouTube. Also, she is the person in charge of Crafters with Artitude on Facebook. Um, One of my favorite groups that I have joined on Facebook. She has so much talent herself, but also a lot of amazing friends and ladies that share projects all the time on a daily basis. So you want to go over and check out that Facebook group as well as Betty's channel. Her and two of her friends, I believe it's Shantae and Markeisha, have joined her along in this weekly challenge that she's doing for herself. You know how Steph and Kim Possible have the Use Your Stamps Monday? Well, Betty started the Diehard Wednesday challenge, which is basically just herself challenging herself challenging herself. Oh my gosh, Laura. I'm sorry guys, it's late at night and I took advantage of the house being quiet to film this, so I'm still tongue tied. I'm tired. That's what it is. I'm tired. um she basically is just challenging herself to use up her dies. um If you've been watching my channel for quite some time, you will have noticed that I have taken quite the liking to dies, especially stamp sets with dies. I have always loved the dies. I love using dies in my projects. It was not always the case. I have to say, to be honest, it wasn't until Diamond Dies and becoming a DT member for Diamond Dies that's when I really grew a big love for dies. I had a few, not too many, but now it's taken over. That's what it is. It's taken over. Anyways, to get to my project, I made these little envelopes. I distressed them and sprayed them and inked them. These are the little envelopes for my little note cards. Like I said, I've got this thing with 4x4 note cards. Last year it was 3x3 note cards. I think this year is going to be the year of 4x4 note cards for Laura. They're fun, they're fast, and they make great little cards, and they're easy to mail. If I load them all up with embellies, like I love to do, I can still have them be mailer friendly, or at least I think. I've never mailed a 4x4 note card, I don't think, yet. So if you guys can let me know, those of you who have used them already, do they require the same postage? Is it a different postage? Are they going to penalize me for using regular postage? I'm not too sure. I guess I'll find out soon enough. Anyways, um, I decided to do 3 4x4 note cards, and I decided to use scrap pieces of papers from old um, paper pads that I either had 1 3 or less than 5 sheets, or just pieces, which is another reason why I love the 4x4 note cards, because you can really take advantage and use all your scraps to create these cards, which is what I did. I went into my cardstock and design paper scraps, trying to use them all up, and this happened to come from a paper pad that my dear friend Becky had gifted me. Um, and that's what I used besides the die cuts. So the die cuts that I used to create these cards were all from Spellbinders. It was the Fleur de Lis squares, which is this one right here. Sorry for the glare. I also used, this is a new one. This one I just picked up. This one is Labels 41, and I used that one. And then this one, which is Oval Floral. And those were my 3 die sets that I used. And for the first card, I used the Oval Floral. And as you can see here, I also used some foam tape. What I did was I used the design paper as the background. Then I cut out of pink cardstock, light pink and dark pink. I cut out this layer, and this layer. And these were all from the floral oval set. And I believe these were the last, um, yes, it was. It was this one, and this one. So they were the first three. Then down here, I just took some pink ribbon, some pink gross grain ribbon, and I made a little flat bow, and I added that little heart pearl, flat back pearl embellishment. Excuse me. If you noticed around the die cut, I distressed everything with um, worn lipstick, Tim Holtz Distress inks. And then these little pearls, they look like little flat back pearls, but they're not. I use this stuff. These are liquid pearls, and it's one of my favorite things to use on the die cuts. And it's white opal, and it does give the illusions of flat back pearls, but it's not. And then I also added some stickles, and that's the Stardust stickles. And then I added these pink flat back pearls to the corner, and I did leave the inside blank because, like I said, these are just little note cards. And I stamped the word friends in the center using some, I believe it was what is the name of that ink? Faded Jeans. I always say denim, but it really, does it even say denim? No. And I always do that with that ink. I don't know why. Yeah, it's called Faded Jeans. That's the one I used. So that's that one. And then this one was where I used the Fleur de Lis. And this one has no sentiment. I decided to just have several layers onto this design paper. I distressed everything with broken china. And I added stickles. And as you can see, I used for this one, I believe it was also, oh, for this one I used two die sets. I used the square spellbinders and the Fleur de Lis, which complement each other and they can be used together. And what I used was the, not this first square, but I used this square, and then the this square here, although it looks like it cuts out, what do you call this? Oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied. It doesn't really, well, maybe if I show you this way. This little layer here doesn't really cut out with the little holes. It just gives you the outline of the square. That's what I meant to say. And then the layer after that is where you get all the little intricate cuts. And then as you can see, I also added some liquid pearls to this, this layer here. And then over here, I added some little sprays. I added one of my diamond dye flowers, so I did use another dye. This is a little flower I created using the cherry blossom die set. And some stickles and a little satin bow for the center. So for this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little layers of pink and blue. And that's for that little note card. And again, I did leave it blank on the inside. And then for this one, which I think was my favorite one, and it's because of the dark blue and the light blue, I used the second one and the third one. This one and this one, not this tiny little baby one. And that's what I came up with. Now, for this outside layer here, at the time, I fussy cutted it, not realizing that the other set would have gave me a 1/8 of an inch outline. I thought it was 1/4 of an inch. This is what I'm talking about. So me, like a silly person, I went and fussy cutted it because I didn't want it to be a big border. I wanted it to be a small border. As you can see here, it looks like it was done handmade, but that's okay. No one really, I don't think anyone's really going to notice that. But anyways, yeah, I should have just used my die cuts. I wasn't too smart with that one. But anyway, I used the pop-up dots for this one. As you can see here. I also used some flat back pearls to embellish. I made a hole. Well, let me start over. The corners, I used my We Are Memory Keepers corner punch. I used a broken china to distress everything on the card. Um, for this particular card, what I did was I glued this piece, and the background dark blue paper all as a single layer. I did not use foam tape for any of those layers. I wanted them all nice and flat because I was going to put this butterfly on top, which is bulky enough already. Plus, I wanted to put some eyelets. I made a hole here and here. I used 2 blue eyelets, and then I ran a ribbon through it, and I made it look like it was sort of like a little belt buckle, this piece here. So I ran a ribbon on this side and this side. Then I added a flat back pearl here and here, and I added flat back pearls, little 3mm ones, all the way around the card, or rather around the die cut, as you can see there. And I think that came out so pretty. I like it. And again, this is blank inside. So that's my card. So I created 3 little note cards with the envelopes. I did decorate the envelopes as well. And I don't know, but I am satisfied with what I made for Diehard Wednesday. I want to thank Markeisha, Shantae, and especially you, Betty, for the inspiration that you give us all here on YouTube and on Facebook. You are amazing. You're always coming up with really fun things to interest and to intrigue and to share. And I so appreciate that. And I appreciate you, my friends. So thank you, guys. Go on over to Scrappassion01's channel. Her name is Betty. For more things that are going on the Facebook group that she hosts, and also on her channel. There's a lot of really fun activities that she's always hosting, or some of her friends are hosting and taking part of. So that's it for my Diehard Wednesday today. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a blessed day. Bye for now.